I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Senator Marco Rubio questioned a witness during Thursday's Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearing on the Ninth Summit of the Americas. The Florida Republican grilled Kevin O'Reilly, the Summit of the Americas national coordinator, on which world leaders are invited. Rubio point-blank asked O'Reilly why he was having a difficult time answering the questions and assured the witness he wasn't trying to trick him. Listen in for the full exchange.
Rubio.
Thank you, Chairman. Just a couple points on the offshoring thing. And then, number one, the most important thing they can do is people need to know if I open a factory in your country, some mayor or police chief isn't going to show up a month later saying, hey, I have a deed here that says this property belongs to me. You need to pay me, $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month in order to keep the business. That's usually bad for business. So I think that's the beginning of it. And then the other is I think we need to prioritize and figure out ways to use our own financing mechanisms to create those incentives. I think the market incentives are there if there were the capital availability through the Inter-American Development Bank or some other measures, and I think that's really important, but we have to focus on it. But I wanted to ask you some very specific questions. Have we invited anyone from the Cuban regime to be a part of the summit?
Sorry, pardon me. Senator, that will be a decision for the White House to make.
So we have not yet invited, as far as you would know if we invited someone, we haven't yet invited anyone to the summit.
That would be a White House call, sir.
No, I know it would be a call. I'm asking if it's already been made.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. We recognize Juan Guaido as the legitimate interim president of Venezuela. That's a correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have we invited him or anyone from the interim government to the summit?
We're in constant discussions with them about how to participate and engage in the summit.
Have we invited them to the summit yet?
We're in regular discussions with them. And
no, I know you're in regular discussion. I think I know what you're answering because I get it. But I'm asking, have we invited? Yes, have we invited them or not? We're in those discussions. Have we invited them yet, or we yet haven't made that invitation?
That will be a White House call, sir.
Okay. So the White House hasn't made that call yet, correct?
That'll be a White House call, sir.
But have they made that call yet?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
Okay. Why is it so hard to answer these things? These are just pretty straightforward questions. I'm not trying to trick you. It's just I just want to know. I get it. Look, if the answer is the White House has to make that call. They haven't made that call yet. I get it. I'm not saying that's your call to make. I'm just asking the question because that's why we have these hearings.
Of course.
All right. Have we invited representatives of civil society in Cuba? For example, people involved in what happened last July, mostly artists and things of this nature who simply, want to be able to have freedom of expression. Has anybody like that been invited to the summit?
Yes, sir. We want to have as broad a participation from civil society from every country where authoritarians, where dictators are seeking to snuff out public debate.
So we have made those invitations?
Say yes, sir.
Okay. Have we invited the Maduro regime or any of its representatives to the summit?
Absolutely not. We don't recognize them as a sovereign government.
Okay. And have we invited anyone from the Ortega regime to the summit?
No.
Okay. My question is this. My understanding is that President Obrador in Mexico is, I think, probably the ringleader of this. We're going to boycott the summit unless you invite this trifecta of tyranny in Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Cuba. Is that influencing the decisions we're making in regards to, is that something we're taking into account in regards to who we invite or what we do moving forward?
We're certainly having discussions with the government of Mexico and with all the governments in the region about the structuring and organization of the debate. Next week I'll be in Los Angeles to continue discussions on the agenda that I just discussed, and I know the White House and other senior officials are constantly in dialogue with the Mexicans and with many other governments. The former chairman of this subcommittee, Christopher Dodd, is currently traveling in South America as the president's special advisor for the summit, and has had consultations already with Brazil, Chile, Argentina, and will visit other countries as well.
It's just my view on it is, and I've seen the public statements that Obrador's made about, well, we're not going to go to the summit if these guys aren't invited and so forth. My view of it is this. I don't think the United States of America should frankly, be bullied or pressured into who to invite to a summit we're hosting. If he doesn't want to come, he doesn't come. In my view, one of the great things about it is if we have a summit where we don't invite dictators and the people who wanted dictators to come decide to boycott it, then we'll just know who our real friends are in the region and govern ourselves accordingly. I think it'd be a good opportunity to filter out those who are aligned with our views on the direction of the region and those who aren't. I want to ask you about Haiti. We've invited the current Prime Minister of Haiti, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and obviously, I don't want to speculate about what happened between now and that summit and so forth, but I have very deep concerns about Haiti, in particular the Prime Minister's. He's an interim Prime Minister. There's not a lot of clarity there about what happens if, God forbid, he is removed from office via a coup or something far worse, and we're hoping that doesn't happen. I imagine the topic of Haiti, its future, its direction, how it goes from here on out, is something that'll be on the summit agenda. Is that something we're proactively raising?
We are very much engaged as part of the broad sweep of our diplomacy in the hemisphere on just that agenda, sir.
Yeah, I think we really should highlight that as far as understanding what we can do first to help, along with partners in the region, to get some stability in Haiti. Without stability in Haiti, it has an impact on multiple countries. I mean, even Cuba is now intercepting Haitian migrants. We're beginning to see that. There's certainly a large number of Haitian migrants that are now transiting through Central America and presenting themselves at the southern border. The Bahamas has long had to confront these sorts of challenges. And so I think it's really important that that be a topic that's highlighted and focused upon, because I do think there are countries in the region that have a vested interest, beginning with the Dominican Republic, that obviously shares Hispaniola with them, but others that have a vested interest in contributing towards some level of governmental stability there and security, so that that can then be built upon to hopefully provide it better. And I just hope that the topic of Haiti is prominently featured on the agenda, and it's something that we really confront. I'll turn it back over, and then I don't know if you have a second round.
Excellent. I think Senator Cardin will now ask questions by WebEx. All right, we're going to try to get Senator Cardin up, but while